All right, it's closed. And stop. Perfect. Revelation 13. Then I stood on the stand of the sea, and I saw a beast rising up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And on his horns 10 crowns, and on his heads a blasphemous name. Sounds like a hydra. Mythological being that prevalent in fantasy. Now the beast which I saw was like a leopard. His feet were like the feet of a bear, and his mouth was like the mouth of a lion. The dragon gave him his power, his throne, and great authority. So they're calling it a dragon. Okay. And I saw one of his heads as if it had been mortally wounded, and his deadly wound was healed. And all of the world marveled and followed the beast. So they worshipped the dragon who gave authority to the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, "Who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with him?" And he was given a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And he was given the authority to continue for 42 months. Wow. That's a while. Then he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, his tabernacle, and those who dwell in heaven. It was granted to him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And authority was given him over every tribe, tongue, and nation. All who dwell on this earth will worship him, whose name have not been written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If anyone has an ear, let him hear. He who leads into captivity shall go into captivity. He who kills with a sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. That one right there. He who kills with a sword must be killed with a sword. A lot of people have been using this as mocking, as those who live by the sword die by the sword. This might be one of the places that they've gotten this from. But that's... he wasn't... It wasn't... He was living by the sword. He was killing by the sword. So he has to be killed by the sword. He was living by the word, and thus he was killed by the word. But it was the word of God and the truth. And they killed him for the word of God and truth. They had to make up stories and lies because they didn't like what he was saying and what he represented. But Charlie also had the patience and the faith in God and the truth. Then I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. And he exercises all the authority of the first beast in his presence, and causes the earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. He performs great signs, so that he even makes fire come down from the heavens on earth in the sight of man. And he deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs which he was granted to do in the sight of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast who was wounded by the sword and lived. He was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. So I see this as the rise of Satan, spreading his lies. Being a great pretender. And showing falseness, like, I'm sorry, I don't believe he could possibly heal. Because all he does is sow division, hate, lust. He's the embodiment of the sins. It's seeming the end of days. It is actually kind of similar to what has been happening. I could see that this, a lot of people could see this just from that passage alone, the end of days, as those who do not believe in this whole ideology that the left have are seen as enemies, and thus they have been, maybe some of them not in so subtle ways, and a lot of them in subtle ways, saying that those who do not believe must be killed. Especially in the way they say, oh, they're Nazis, or they're communists, extremists. No. Most people in this world just want to be able to live their life and not be bothered by people who try to force things upon them. But let's be honest. We do need a more Christ-like country. Not because, because of the glory of God, and that is true. God is glorious. But because the foundation of our government is based upon Christian morals. That's how our founding fathers saw it. They were very religious. They took the laws and morals of Christianity and used them as a solid, and I mean solid, foundation for our Constitution. That's why we have the Bill of Rights in our Constitution. Because they're God-given. Now, there's going to be people that are going to go, well, I don't believe in the religion, so on and so forth. And then you're definitely going to have the people who have had it forced down their throats and had bad experiences. And that's unfortunate, because there are pretenders who supposedly live by the word of God, but they don't practice it. And unfortunately, they tend to harm others in that way. But I think that one's good for today. I actually did 3. One of them was a repeat, but that's okay. Yeah. I might be doing more. I think I might start doing more. I might do reactions. I gotta learn like the whole editing thing, but I might do reactions on things that I find exceptionally that kind of make me think. And I'm hoping that I could also kind of show clips and whatnot and start having other people think too. Because it also grows your mind, grows your intelligence in a lot of this stuff that I'm seeing, I think are based on facts and the truth. We shall see how this goes. You guys have a good day. See you in the next one.